Namaskar, welcome on my channel Education with Shweta. We have started a series of class 12th history. In this series, we are covering theme 13 Mahatma Gandhi and the nationalist movement, and with the subtopic civil disobedience and beyond. As we already aware about the name of Mahatma Gandhi, the full name of Mahatma Gandhi was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was born on October 2, 1869 at Porbandar, Gujarat, India. Died in January 30, 1948, Delhi. By profession, he was a lawyer, politician, social activist, and the writer who became the leader of the nationalist movement against the British rule of India. In the same manner, Mahatma Gandhi has been regarded as the father of Indian nation. In so far as Gandhiji was the most influential and revered of all the leaders who participated in the freedom struggle, that characterization is not misplaced. However, there are number of other leaders who can be considered into this line. So in this chapter we analyze number of things which are related to Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi's activities in India during the crucial period between 1915 to 48, and it explores his interaction with different sections of the Indian society and the popular struggle that he inspired and led. In this chapter we also understand number of things, different kinds of the way how he has supported the social movement he was associated with. So we will start with the very first topic, a leader announces himself. We are covering NCERT, so you are supposed to have NCERT with you when you are watching this video, so it's going to be very useful to you to understand whatever is there in the NCERT. A leader announces himself. Gandhi ji came back to India in 1915. So this was the time period when Mahatma Gandhi or Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi has entered into Indian politics. So in January 1915, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi returned to his homeland after 2 decades of residence abroad. So if we talk about the actual time period, in the year 1893, Gandhi ji went to South Africa for higher studies, and he returned back around 1915. So this was the whole time period when Gandhiji was not in touch with the Indian politics. But still, these years which had been spent in South Africa, where he went as a lawyer and in this time became a leader of the Indian community in that territory. So one of the historian, Chandran Devasera, has remarked South Africa was the making of Mahatma Gandhi. So it was in the South Africa that Mahatma Gandhi first forged the distinctive technique of non-violent protest known as Satyagraha. See, Gandhi ji was the follower of non-violence, and all these comes in the ideologies of Mahatma Gandhi. Non-violence, Satyagraha, Swaraj. So these are come up as a ideology later on, which were related to Mahatma Gandhi. So in between the time period he was not connected, but still that ideology was associated with Mahatma Gandhi, not to harm anybody. Okay, non-violence. So non-violent protest, which was known as a Satyagraha, was the very first ideology we can say that is related to Mahatma Gandhi. So this was the full experience of Mahatma Gandhi in South Africa. He stood against the discriminatory treatment of the low caste and the other women over there. So in India, although when he returned back to India, India was still a colony of the Britishers, it was far more active in the political sense. Okay, the Indian nationalist Congress was had branches in most major cities and towns. Till that time period, India has seen Swadeshi movement of 1905 to 7. It had greatly broadened its appeal among the middle classes. That movement had been thrown some towering leaders. So, who all are the very famous leader who all have supported the Swadeshi movement: Bal Gangadhar Tilak of Maharashtra, Bipin Chandra Pal of Bengal, and the Lala Lajpat Rai of Punjab. So these three were known as Lal, Bal, and Pal. Okay, these leaders have stood against the British community. Then after, it has also paved the way to Mahatma Gandhi. So militant opposition to the colonial rule. These are the leaders who were coming from the militant opposition. See, Congress, if we see the establishment of foundation of Congress in the year 1885, initially the leaders who have supported the Indian National Congress, these leaders were known as moderates. So the very basic objective of these moderates, they preferred a more gradual and a persuasive approach. That means they do not want full independence from the Britishers, but still they want more representation of Indians in the Legislative Assembly simply. So they were very gradual. That is why they were known as moderates. But on the other hand, we were having a very different class that is known as extremist also. So among these moderates was Gandhiji acknowledged political mentors. And who was that political mentor for Gandhiji? He was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. Okay, so underline this thing: Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the political mentor for Mahatma Gandhi in India. So same as the another name which was associated with the Muslim League, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, as Mahatma Gandhi was a lawyer by profession. So same as Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who was also a lawyer who trained in London. On the advice of Gokhale, as I already told you, Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the political mentor for Mahatma Gandhi, because no one knows about Mahatma Gandhi till that time period. Earlier he has struggled in South Africa, but in India no one knows about. He was unknown to everyone. So he has to work as according to his mentor. According to Gopal Krishna Gokhale's advice, Gandhiji spent a year traveling around in the British India. So initially when he returned to India, the very starting time, he just spent all his time in the observation, we can say that, just trying to know the land more and its people, trying to find out their grievances. His first major public appearance was at the opening of the Banaras Hindu University in February 1916. This was the very first public meeting which was attended by Mahatma Gandhi after 1915. Among all the invitees, this event were the princes and philanthropists whose donation had contributed to the founding of the BHU. Firstly, we understand the meaning of the philanthropist. So these are the persons who seeks to promote welfare of the others. For the welfare of the society, we can say that they have donated such an amount for the founding of the Banaras Hindu University. At present, Varanasi, we can say that it is still present Banaras Hindu University. So also present were important leaders of the Congress such as Annie Besant. Compare to all dignitaries, Mahatma Gandhi was unknown. No one knows about Mahatma Gandhi. He had been invited on the account of his work in South Africa rather than his status within the India, because as I already told you that thing, in the year 1915 he just returned to India. So within that 1 year gap, no one doesn't know more about Mahatma Gandhi. When his turn came to speak, Gandhiji charged the Indian elite with a lack of concern for the laboring poor. So, in the very first speech, the concentration was on the lower strata of our society. The opening of the BHU, he said, was certainly a most gorgeous show. But he worried about the contrast between the richly backed nobleman present and millions of people Indians who were absent. So through all these lines we can easily understand the main concentration of Mahatma Gandhi was related to the lower strata. So he emphasized on these things. Gandhiji told the privileged invitees that there is no salvation for India unless you strip yourself of this jewelry and hold it in trust for your countrymen in India. There can be no spirit of self-government about us, he went on speaking, if we take away or allow others to take away from the peasant almost the whole world of the result of their labor. Our salvation can only come through the farmers. Neither the lawyer, nor the doctor, nor the rich landlords are going to secure it. If we understand the concept of Mahatma Gandhi's speech, he was targeting the people. Earlier, number of nationalist movement were started in India. Initially, there were number of small movement they were starting in India, but all were supported by the elite group, all the educated people, but not from all the lower class, we can say. The peasants, they don't know about it, they were not supporting, they were not aware about the concept of nationalism and all. So the main concern of Mahatma Gandhi was, as we are having a huge population of peasants, laborers, why not these people are involved in the national movement? They all should be included into this movement, they also should be the part of it. Why only a small section of society is the part of the nationalist movement? So the opening of the BHU was an occasion for the celebration, marking as it did the opening of a nationalist university sustained by Indian money and Indian initiative, but then adopt a tone of self-congratulation Gandhiji chose. Instead, remind those present of the peasants and workers who constitute the majority of Indian population yet were unrepresented in the audience. Gandhiji's speech at Banaras in February 1916 was at one level merely a statement of fact, namely the Indian nationalism was an elite phenomena. As I have already told you, the nationalist movement was supported by only a small group of people, those who were educated, those who were coming from the elite group. So it was considered as an elite phenomena, a creation of lawyers and doctors and landlords, but at another level, it was also a statement of intent, the first public announcement of Gandhiji on desire to make Indian nationalism more properly representative of Indian people as a whole. Important to know. So he was targeting that each and every person, doesn't matter from which strata they are coming, but they should be the part of this nationalist movement. So another incident, Gandhiji was presented with an opportunity to put his precepts into practice. At the annual Congress meeting held in Lucknow in December 1916, he was approached by a peasant from Champaran in Bihar who told about the harsh treatment of the peasant by British indigo planters. So in the coming video, we will discuss about the rest of the chapter. So stay tuned with us, keep support, like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.